Well, David, it was a frustrating afternoon and just wasn't meant to be in the end.
Yeah, look, we've done enough to win the game. We've missed two big chances. And that's in half a game, because we didn't turn up for the first half. I'm not having it's understandable or anything like that. No. You're professional footballers. They've scored a corker of a goal, and at worst it should be 0-0, but, okay, fine. But we've had more chances, more than enough chances. Touches in the box, expected goals is double, all that kind of stuff. All the data. But you've got to put the ball in the net, and we didn't quite manage to do that today. His final pass let us down. The final execution of shots to create goals, Chase's header, block on the line, the amount of balls that we fizzed straight into the goalkeeper's hands when we're in a great position. And like I said, that's only in half a game of football. We took a long time to get going today. The first half is the poorest half we've had. But then we still did enough to win the game, which is bitterly frustrating. But we lick our wounds. I've just said to the lads, you can't play half a game of football at any level. Because if you do, you might give yourself a mountain to climb. But we looked so lethargic in the first half, and that's not us. So it didn't help with a sticky pitch that hadn't been watered. But I don't want to go down that road. But yeah, it's a disappointing outcome, because it could have been different if we'd have still took our chances.
And with those chances, the Ev chance in particular, that on any other day that goes in, doesn't it?
Yeah, of course. Like I said, Jesus missed a header from 2 yards. Ev's chance does go in. But the amount of balls we put, not the right run, pass a yard in front of someone, all that. On another day we do create and we do score. However, we have to look at a bit of an overall picture. That's match number 6 and 8, and it's the first defeat. However, it still shouldn't have been a defeat. So, when you've got that underlying performance, even if it was only for half a game today, to such a high level, then it still gives you enough confidence to go, actually, this is where we're at.
And this was always going to be a tough game, wasn't it? Bristol Rovers coming down from League One.
Yeah, it's always going to be the toughest game of this first month, especially after the draw. It wasn't the games leading up to the game in midweek. It was always going to be the one after. And we've done, like I said, we've done enough to win it. We just didn't do enough in the first half to get a grip in the game. And it's not because they scored. They scored a great goal, and credit to them. And it's actually took that to beat us. There was a couple of ricochets in around the box, but they haven't had a big chance all afternoon, and we've had a couple. And that's sort of where we're at. And on another day, then big chances go in, or at least one do. And we've limited them to, like I say, a terrific strike from outside the box.
Was it something you feared today, kind of like after the Lord Mayor's show a bit with that first half?
Yeah, it's always difficult. There's that much emotion and a little bit of a quicker turnaround, but that much emotion is invested. It's different. It's different for the lads. That Thursday where they're normally rested in peace and quiet. I had a call off one of the lads saying, "Do we have to do all these interviews?" It's new to probably all of them, certainly the majority. So it was different, and that takes up emotion, energy, psychological energy. It's no excuse. It's just as it is. In fact, but the other facts are we still did enough to win the game, and we didn't. So objectively, like I say, we did enough. Actually, in real terms, we didn't actually put the ball in the net, even though we had the chances to and we got in the positions to. So, even if it was in only half a game. So, look, we've made an half decent start, but we're not even close to forming any sort of pattern in the league or anything like that. And we've got to sort of lick our wounds today and go, well, we've got to play like that second half for 90 minutes, and if we do, we will create more chances and we will score more goals and we'll win more matches.
And that's the perspective we have to remember, isn't it, today?
Yeah, of course. I'm not going to, criticise the players. The first half, like I say, I thought were flat. I thought the energy levels were down, and I said to the lads, I said, look, nobody's stopping you running. They don't stop you. They can't stop you running. The ref can't stop you running. I can't stop you running. The only person who can stop you running is yourself. And then we went out with a bit more vigour and a bit more tempo to our game in the whole of the second half, and basically pinned them in for long periods, but just couldn't create or score. And we did enough at times, but also we didn't do enough to create enough chances as well. So, yeah, disappointing all round, really. But on another day, we would have got at least a point.
What was good to see was all the home end practically full.
It was unbelievable. I said after about 10 minutes, I said, "Look at that covered corner there. It's full." The fans were magnificent. I think it's easy for the fans on Wednesday night, and it's harder today. I thought they were magnificent, like top draw. I'm not just saying that to, I don't know, curry favour or anything like that. That's just my opinion, because it was easy today just to come and, I suppose, do what the players did first half. Really, it's easy, but I thought they were magnificent, and they deserve a huge amount of credit today. And I hope they turn up again for the next home game, because we've got to. It wasn't for one to try and that second half particularly. And on another day, like I say, we'd have got something from the game.
Unlucky today, David. Thank you.